connected with this root. And the opposite is also correct. All evil, whether in thought or in action, indeed, actually they are the branches, they are the corollaries of shirk. Now, the forms of shirk, the branches of shirk, the shades of shirk are very numerous, so many. And it becomes very difficult at times to recognize the shirk. It takes different garbs, different dresses, different forms. And that is why, let me quote a couplet from Allama Iqbal here. बराहीमी नजर पैदा मगर मुश्किल से होती है. To recognize shirk. And here Allama Iqbal says, Ibrahim alayhi salatu wassalam, he had that understanding, that capacity of recognizing shirk wherever it was, in whichever form it was. बराहीमी नजर पैदा मगर मुश्किल से होती है. हाविस छुप छुप के सीनों में बना लेती है तस्वीरें. You have idols within your heart. You are not worshipping the idols, the asnam. Before you, there is nothing. But you have the idols in your heart, in your chest. And this will, inshallah, become absolutely clear today. So there is a need that we should have the capability and the capacity and the ability to recognize and understand all forms of shirk, and recognize shirk in whatever garb and cover it appears. There is a Persian couplet, Bahar range ke khahi jama mi posh, manandaze qadat ra mi shanasam. You may take on any dress of any color, but I will recognize you from your, what should be the stature. I will recognize you. So actually we should have the capability and ability to recognize shirk, whichever form it might take. It keeps on changing colors. It keeps on taking different forms from time to time. Maybe you understand the shirk of 1,000 years before, but you cannot understand the shirk of today. This disease has appeared in another form, in absolutely new garb today. So you have to acquire the ability to recognize shirk in whatever garb, in whatever form, in whatever color it appears. Now to understand, different types of shirk, let us see how we can divide different kinds of shirk, different categories of shirk. So the ulama, mostly, they divide shirk as a shirk fil aqidah and a shirk fil amal. Fil aqidah, you are professing and you yourself say that you believe in something which is shirk. Someone says, well, Jesus is Son of God. Well, he is professing it. He is saying it himself. So he is committing shirk. It is fil aqidah. But there might be a shirk which is only in action. If you analyze the deed and action and the behavior of a person, you find there is shirk in it. Maybe that person who is committing that action or deed, he himself doesn't know that I am committing shirk. It's a shirk fil amal. You have to analyze what are the motives, what's the thought behind this deed or action. So there can be shirk fil amal and there can be shirk fil aqidah. Then another, classification is, there is apparent and evident shirk, absolutely apparent and evident. This we call ash-shirkul jali, clear, absolutely apparent, absolutely evident. Then there is hidden shirk, implied shirk, and imperceptible shirk. This is ash-shirkul khafi. For example, I will give the details later on, but let me quote here a hadith Man salla yurai faqad ashraka. Wa man sama yurai faqad ashraka. Wa man tasaddaqa yurai faqad ashraka. Whosoever is praying, but he wants to show off to the others that he is a very muttaqi person, a very pious person, he has already committed shirk. He is praying. Whosoever keeps Sawm, he is fasting, but he wants to show to the people that he is a very pious person. He keeps 3 fasts every month. If he wants that exhibition, faqad ashraka. He has committed shirk. Even to the extent that if you are praying and when you are going in prostration, usually your sajda, one prostration, for example, if it comprises 5 seconds, 10 seconds, but when you feel that someone is looking at you, now you increase the duration of your sajda. Now you are there for 10 seconds. You have committed shirk. You are doing this prostration partly for Allah. The original 5 seconds were for Allah, and the additional 5 seconds are for the person to whom you are showing. So actually for this sajda there are 2 masjud. You have committed sin. You have committed shirk. So shirk, al-shirkul jali, al-shirkul khafi, the hidden shirk, imperceptible shirk, and the shirk which is evident, absolutely apparent and clear. But as far as I think, for a better understanding of all the shades of shirk,